Every algorithm on the planet wants to show you the same guy, 23 years old, standing next to a rented Lamborghini, telling you he made $200,000 last month trading some coin you've never heard of. If that's real for him, good for him, but that is not how 95% of people who actually retire early get there. This is the boring, unglamorous, extremely repeatable version that actually works for a regular person with a regular job. Let's make fun of this for a second because it's honestly funny. Half these videos are staged, the car's rented for the day, the trading profits are a screenshot from a demo account, and the actual advice, if you dig for it, is usually buy my course. Meanwhile, the people who actually retire in their 30s are almost never on your For You page because there's nothing flashy enough about them to go viral. They're just doing math consistently for a long time. Let's talk about that version instead. Here's the single biggest lever in this entire equation, and it's not your investment picks, it's your savings rate. The percentage of your income you actually save and invest decides your timeline more than almost anything else. Someone saving 10% of their income is looking at roughly 40 plus years to retirement. Someone saving 50% is looking at somewhere around 17 years. That's the entire difference between retiring at 65 and retiring at 35, and none of that math requires a lucky crypto pick. Here's the part that surprises people. You do not need to make $200,000 a year for this to work. What matters more is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Someone making $60,000 a year who lives on $30,000 is saving 50% of their income. Someone making $150,000 who spends $140,000 of it is saving less than 7%. The high earner isn't anywhere close to early retirement despite making almost 3 times as much, because the gap is what actually matters, not the number on the paycheck. Let's actually run a real example because numbers hit different when they're not abstract. Say you're making $70,000 a year and you get your savings rate up to 40%. That's $28,000 a year going toward investments. Assuming a historical average market return somewhere around 7% annually after inflation, that $28,000 a year compounding over time gets you to roughly $1.25 million in about 18 years. That number matters because using a standard withdrawal rate of around 4% a year, $1.25 million can realistically support around $50,000 a year in retirement income indefinitely, 18 years, starting from a normal $70,000 salary, no inheritance, no crypto miracle, no rented Lamborghini required. So step 1, and I know this one sounds boring, but it's foundational. You have to actually know where your money goes before you can widen that gap. Most people wildly underestimate their own spending on food delivery, subscriptions, and small daily purchases, specifically because those are the categories that don't feel like spending in the moment. Give it 30 days of honest tracking before you change anything. You need the real numbers first. Step 2, once you know your numbers, start pushing your savings rate up in stages, not all at once. Jumping from saving 10% to saving 50% overnight almost never sticks. It feels like punishment, and people quit within a month. Increasing it by 5% every few months is far more sustainable, and by the time a year's passed, you're often at a savings rate you never would have jumped straight to. And I want to address the thing everyone's thinking right now, but what about emergencies? What if I need that money? This is exactly why Step 1 and Step 2 aren't optional. Before you're aggressively investing, you build that starter safety net first. 3 to 6 months of expenses sitting in cash, completely separate from your investments. This isn't about being overly cautious. It's about making sure a single bad month doesn't force you to sell your investments at a bad time just to cover rent. The order matters, safety net first, then the aggressive investing on top of that foundation. Step 3, and this is the part that has nothing to do with picking winners, the overwhelming majority of people who actually build wealth this way are doing it through low-cost, broad market index funds, not individual stock picking, not day trading, not chasing whatever coin is trending this week. It is genuinely boring. You're not going to have a screenshot worth posting. But historically, This approach has built more real, repeatable wealth for more regular people than any high-risk trading strategy ever has, because it doesn't depend on being right about any single bet. It depends on time and consistency doing the work. Step 4, automate every bit of this. Set your savings and investing to come out automatically the day you get paid, before you ever see the money in your checking account, and get the chance to talk yourself out of it. Willpower is not a reliable long-term financial strategy. Systems are. The people who actually stick with this for the 10, 15, 20 years it takes are almost never relying on discipline alone. They've just made the right behavior the default one. Step 5, and this is the part that actually makes the math work in your favor over time: compound growth. Money invested early doesn't just sit there, it earns returns, and then it earns returns on those returns. And the earlier you start, the more time this effect has to work. This is the actual engine behind early retirement, not a lucky trade, just money compounding quietly in the background for years while you keep living your regular life. I'm not going to pretend this happens overnight, because it doesn't, and that's exactly why it's not going viral on anyone's algorithm. Depending on your savings rate, we're talking somewhere between 15 and 25 years. For most people following this approach seriously, starting from a normal income, that's not as exciting as a rented Lamborghini, but it's real, it's repeatable, and it doesn't require you to get lucky even once. So that's it. That's the actual method behind retiring early as a regular person. No secret coin, no course to buy, no rented supercar. Just your savings rate, boring index investing, automation, and time doing what time does. It's not flashy, but it's the version that's actually available to basically anyone willing to put in the work consistently. If you want an easy way to actually calculate your own numbers and your own timeline, I've got something for that. Links in the description. Next time, we're breaking down exactly how much you actually need saved before you can safely walk away from work for good. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it.